many of you in this room are conscious of or even know anything about your carbon footprint? Anyone? All right. So your carbon footprint kind of keeps track of how much garbage you're throwing out, if you're recycling or not, how much gasoline you're using in your car, how much you're traveling, everything like that. Now, how many of you in this room recycle? Okay, awesome. So that's a bunch of you. Now, when you're recycling, what exactly do you recycle? Cups, paper, random plastic. What about drinking straws? Do any of you guys recycle those? All right, so that's 1 out of the 8 of you in here. So do you guys know anything about how these things you're recycling break down? Because I know I didn't know anything. I always thought that my carbon footprint was awesome. I knew everything about reduce, reuse, recycle, all of that kind of stuff. And with all that knowledge, I still didn't know anything about how recyclables break down and all that kind of stuff. My name is Marino, and I'm telling you all today that together we need to put an end to using plastic straws. Who would think? Plastic straws and a big movement to try and stop them. Well, it's very real and it's very proactive, and all of you need to be a part of it. Recently, I was on Instagram and saw one of my sorority sisters post a picture. The picture was of her Starbucks cup with no lid and no straw, and the caption, "Time to stop using plastic straws for good. Who's with me?" I thought she was absolutely insane, and ironically, at the time that she posted this, I was sipping my own Starbucks out of a plastic straw with a proper lid. Little did I know that would be the last plastic straw that was ever going to touch my lips. I decided to do some research about this crazy caption and look into the idea about the end of plastic straws, and at that moment, to get people to stop using them. I came across more articles than I could ever imagine. There were blogs, forums, newspaper articles, online articles, everything you could imagine. I dove right in. The 5 sources I found to be the most credible were BuzzFeed, alternate.com, thelastplasticstraw.com, plasticpollutioncollation.org, and an article from the HuffPost. The information I found was astounding. These simple plastic straws are destroying our environment and killing our sea life and nature. It's estimated that Americans use 500 million plastic straws every single day. Here's a scary visual to help you comprehend that amount. If you were to connect all of those straws together, they would measure 2.5 times the circumference of the Earth. That's just the straws consumed in the United States alone. And the vast majority of them don't get recycled. And when they do get recycled, it's very hard for them to properly be broken down. Most straws today are made from a petroleum-based plastic called polypropylene. This means straws represent yet another product that requires fossil fuel extraction. You don't need to be an eco-warrior to know how it affects climate change. Making all these straws puts a crazy strain on the environment. If all the information didn't tell you enough on why you shouldn't use plastic straws, I have some facts about these dangerous pieces of plastic that are sure to get you to stop using. Plastic can remain on the environment for up to 2,000 years. Straws constantly end up on the beach and in water, killing our sea friends. I'm sure you've all seen the video on Facebook about that poor sea turtle that had a straw stuffed up his nose and had to get it extracted, and he was in excruciating pain. It was awful. I'm sure you all saw it. Well, that's thanks to us using these plastic straws and dumping them in the ocean. They're never properly disposed of. Plastic is literally indestructible and will never actually be truly broken down enough to be fully disposed. Thousands of people also end up in the hospital each year because of straw-related injuries. Shocking, I know. We are talking about poked eyes, mouth injuries, abrasions, cuts, and sores to the mouth. It's insane. The taste of a beverage doesn't change when you're drinking out of a straw, so please stop using them. They're an unnecessary accessory. Ditch the straws. It's time to make a change. Thank you.